Shalom, brothers and sisters. I hope you are doing great. Today, I'm going to continue with the lesson. Black woman, you are beautiful. Embrace your natural beauty. In a week ago, I did part one. In that part, I did explain how the black woman is the most beautiful woman among all these other nation women according to the Bible, and that's your bushy hair, your nappy hair, your black skin, your dreadlocks, your hips, your everything that the Most High give you, that all those things are beautiful among according to the Bible. All those things I did explain in part one. So please go watch part one. In those I have provide Bible scripture, that I have provide Bible scripture. So go and watch part one. That indeed we are the most beautiful woman, but the reason why many of you black women out there hating yourself is because what the slave master and his wife have put in the brain of our ancestor, and that toxic and that all this negative all that the toxic our ancestor did have spread. Okay, they did share that from generation to generation. They did share that with their great grandchildren till this day. Okay, and I also explained in part one that how how the black woman is how the social media and all social media and the music industry, how they presenting the black woman. I did explain that is Becky is all behind it. It is the white woman who is all behind it, because the white woman, she want to be on the pedestal. She want that every man he eat on her hand. Why you are the trashy one? Why you are the nothing one? Why you are the trashy, ugly, loud mouth, and all these negative things. That's what Becky wants. Becky wants you look like her, talk like her, walk like her. That you are not confident about yourself, that you only beautiful when you look like her, you only beautiful when you speak like her, when you bleaching your skin. That's what they teach you all the time. That's what they show you on television, in this commercial. That's why they're using this black woman who can sing. All these singers, they're using them to tell you that, hey, go and bleach your skin. When you go and watch music, this music video about like all those famous sisters that you have today, when you go and watch them like of 2 years or 3 years later, they was brown. Now they are white. They look like Michael Jackson. And when many of you see this, you think, oh, I'm ugly, because if they doing this and they make money, that means they are good. Or they walk with all this weave on their head. So if they have weave and they still pay them, so I'm going to buy me some weave as well. And all these many things they are doing, they just using these black women to destroy many of you. And many of you are not aware of it. You think it's okay. But it's not okay, because you are the most beautiful among all these other women. So you have to stay who you are. You have to embrace your natural beauty. Don't allow Becky to destroy you, because that's what Becky wants. Becky, her energy, she get her energy when she get her energy from you. Okay? As long as Becky, you behave you like this, wanna be like her, she going to stay here, and you are the trashy one. That's why I know these people. I work with them. Okay? I know before, when I was in the world, I was surrounding them. They hated you as a black woman, and I'm talking about a woman. When you as a black woman, you like, because I have this friend, and all her friends, they was white. So when we was going out, when I was going out with her, she will take all her white girlfriend and we will go together. So they were her friends. So, and sometimes, when we're going someplace, and when they see black women was looking at me, they become jealous. And they starting do all those things, so that all the attention of the black man is on her, because they think they are the most beautiful. Why is this black woman looking on this black woman? I'm beautiful. Why? She's ugly. And you can see the jealousy on their face. When like me, some black money like, hey, sis, you are beautiful, or maybe they will talk to me. They become jealousy because they don't want that. They want all attention supposed to be on them. They're supposed to have all get all this attention from all these nation men on this earth. Why you as the black woman, you are the trashy one. So I know them. When you are confident, they're going to hate you. When you speak to them, you look them through in their eyes and speak confidence of yourself. When they know you love yourself, you love everything about you, you know who you are, they will hate you. And soon they will say you are racist. They will say you have attitude. They will say all these things because they know you know who you are. So this they love to be surrounded with black women who hate themselves. When they know you hate yourself, they will be your best friend, your BFF or whatever. And these other nation men too. When they know you hate yourself, I mean they will come after you as what I don't know what, because they know, oh, there have you one. She hate herself. Let's go and approach her, because when I find her, I mean even I do all these evil things to her, she will stay there. She's not going to go because she hate herself and she think I'm the one who's supposed to deliver her. You see? So, but anyway, that's how they think of you. Okay, that's how many of these women they think of you. They, I'm the most beautiful, you are ugly, and stay like that. If you want to be beautiful, just be like Becky, just be like me, and you will be beautiful. But no, sister, you are beautiful, but you have to embrace your natural beauty and stop for these people, this weave on your head. Be yourself, because that the is God, when God made you, God said you are beautiful with your natural hair and all those things. So the black man, that's what the black man also want from you. Not all black men, but the remnant, there is a black man who still think like God, who still think like the God who write this book, who love the black woman with everything about her. So when you are like that, the I will say the good black men, they will come after you because that's what they want. They don't want to walk with some people hair on their head and think you're beautiful. No, you're supposed to be as yourself. But anyway, in this one I have talked too much, but in this part I still talk about the beauty, and then about not only the beauty from the outside but also from the inside, about wisdom and all those things, because they all together. Okay. So, but the first book is the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 29. And it's okay if you don't know the Bible, just listen to this message. Okay. I come to deliver this message in peace and in love, because I do care about you, and you must to know what the scriptures say about you, and also about all these things that I'm going to read soon. Okay, so the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 29. For no man ever yet hated his own flesh, but nourished and cherished it, even as the Lord the church. It says, for no man ever yet hated his own flesh. So if you hate your own flesh, you hate your skin color, you hate your hair, you hate everything that's about you being a black woman, you hate it, that's not normal. That's not healthy, that's not okay. You have to love yourself, you have to cherish yourself, sister. If you walk with a blonde weave on your hair, you don't cherish your hair. You don't take care of your hair, but you're abusing your hair and you hate your hair. If you bleaching your skin, you don't take care of your skin. You don't cherish your skin. You don't nourish your skin, but you hate it. And all those other things. You have to love your skin. You can't love other people if you hate yourself. If you're sick people, how can you able to heal other? If you are sick, you can't heal other. You have to heal yourself before you can go and heal other. So many of you, sister, you mentally here you are sick, so you have to heal. And this sickness is like, if you hate yourself, you can't be able to love other. So sister, if you hate, doesn't matter if you bleach your skin, you want it to be look like this white woman. You hate yourself, and that's tell that you can't hate, you can't love this other nation man, and they know it. That's why they're going to abuse you. That's why they're going to use you as their sex slave, because they know you hate yourself. You have to love yourself before you can be able to love other. It starts with yourself. Okay? So let's go to the book of Esther, chapter 2, and I'm going to read some scripture here. And let's go and read it, okay? And Esther, she was an Israelite woman, a black queen just like you. The black or the Israelite, according to the Bible. Go and read the book of Deuteronomy chapter 28 and Leviticus chapter 26 and the book of Jeremiah and Isaiah. I mean, when you read it, you see yourself in those kind of books. You see yourself literally in those books. So go, we are the children of Israel. But if you don't believe it, just listen to the message, okay? The book of Esther chapter 2 first. I'm going to read first verse 1 through 4. No, verse 1 through 2 and then 4 to 10. After these things, when the wrath of King Ahasuerus was appeased, he remembered Vashti and what she had done, and what was decreed against her. Then said the king's servants that minister unto him, Let there be fair young virgins sought for the king. Verse 1. And let the maiden which pleased the no, verse 5. Now in Shushan, the palace, there was a certain Jew whose name was Mordecai, the son of Jair, the son of Shimei, the son of Kish, a Benjamite, who had been carried away from Jerusalem with the captivity which had been carried away with Jeconiah, king of Judah, whom Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, had carried away. And he brought up Hadassah, that is Esther, his uncle's daughter, for she had neither father nor mother, and the maid was fair and beautiful, whom Mordecai, when her father and mother were dead, took for his own daughter. So this Esther Hadassah, she was beautiful, sister. She was fair, just like I have explained in the scripture that we are the most beautiful woman among all these other women. Okay, she was beautiful, and the king, they was looking a new queen for this king. And this king, he wasn't an Israelite, but they was black nation. They was a black people. They was black nation, just like us. So it came to pass when the king's commandment and his decree was heard, and when many maidens were gathered together unto Shushan, the palace, to the custody of Haggai, that Esther was brought also unto the king's house, to the custody of Haggai, keeper of the woman. And the maiden pleased him, and she obtained kindness of him, and he speedily gave her things for purifications, with such things as belonged to her, and 7 maidens which were meet to be given her out of the king's house, and he preferred her and her maids unto the best place of the house of the woman. Esther had not shew her people nor her kindred. Yes, kindred, for Mordecai have charged her that she should not show it. So here, she had favor in the eye of, this person who was like, going to, the one who is looking for this young virgin for the king. So the person, he loved Esther. So he makes sure, he makes sure that Esther, that she chose Esther, and she give her all these beautiful things. Or she give the most beautiful place in the palace, and all these maiden to take care of her, to dress her, all these things, because God was there with her, and because she was also the most beautiful one. And she didn't told her family, she didn't told these people that she was an Israelite woman. She didn't tell him, because back then, this tell you that all these, they were black women, because they could not make the separations. They could not say, oh, you are black. No, because all of them were black people, but they have names, and we were the Israelites. Okay, so let's go to chapter 5. Okay, you can go and read all this book for yourself. It's a beautiful story, Okay, so chapter 5. Now it came to pass On the third day, that Esther put on her royal apparel and stood in the inner court of the king's house, over against the king's house. And the king sat upon his royal throne in the royal house over against the gate of the house. And it was so, when the king saw Esther, the queen, standing in the court, that she obtained favor in his sight. And the king held out to Esther the golden scepter that was in his hand. So Esther drew near and touched the top of this scepter. Okay, so when after all these maiden, they dressed her with this most beautiful dress, and she was standing there, and this king saw her. This king was like in love, like, oh my goodness, look this beautiful woman. And he was like, he give him the scepter is like this thing that the king, they this like this thing, they hold it in their hand, and if this king put it so like this, that means you're welcome. He give you the permission to speak or whatever. And that's what he did with Esther. So he accept Esther because she was beautiful. She was the most beautiful among all these other black women as well. Okay, because the Israelite women, they are beautiful. So when he saw her, he was like, she is gorgeous. And she wasn't standing like, no, she was standing like there with like, with confidence. Like, I'm important woman. I'm beautiful, and you not think you're going to use me as a slave. I'm not that. You don't have to say it, but you sometimes you can see it in your confidence when you talk to someone. This person can read all your body. He can read it. Like this sister is like difference. It's a difference level. It's not what I was thinking in my mind. She is something else. So I have to treat her with respect. And 3. Then said the king unto her, what wilt thou, Queen Esther? And what is thy request? It shall be even given thee to the health of the kingdom. He was so in love that he was like, what can I do for you? Doesn't matter what you ask me, I'm going to give it to you. Even the health of this kingdom, I will give it to you. That's how much this man was respecting Esther. Because he saw beauty and also wisdom. She wasn't that loud-mouthed woman. Behavior, no. Because this man saw something precious in her. And God was also with this woman, so that she gained favor in the sight of the king. Okay, and Esther answered, if it seem good unto the king, let the king and Haman come this day unto the banquets that I have prepared for him. So the meal that I'm going to prepare for him. That's the only thing I am asking for you. And this Haman, he was the enemy. He was the enemy. He wanted to destroy Esther and his family. So when Mordecai came and told Esther, Esther came with this plan. And Mordecai, because she was a wise woman, she was a smart woman. That's why I'm saying beauty is not only when you from the outside know about wisdom. And when you serve God, God will give you wisdom, because this woman was serving God as well. And it is what God who was putting her here. She put her in these positions because God know what's going to happen in the future. And God know. Even God is a man. He know how a woman can use her power over a man. We're going to read it soon. A woman can use a woman have power. And this woman, with what she can, with her beauty. Her beauty is her weapon. When a woman wants something, she will use her beauty on the man. More we're going to read, I will speak a little bit about that. Okay? She will use her beauty on this hidden man to help her to do what she wants to. And when a man loves you, this man will do anything for you, just like I have explained in part 1. That Klaas loved Becky. That's why when Klaas go from country to country and destroy and take all this gold and diamond, he doing all for Becky to please Becky. Because she want to please Becky. She want to please her. So he will do anything to please her. So this king, that's how powerful love is. And many women, they know it. When you as a woman, they know this power. This woman they will use it against the man. That's why many of your men make sure that you married with a woman who is fearing the Most High, because once this woman find this when this woman find this weakness about you, you're finished. You finish. Okay, but I have okay. And so and Esther answered. So I like said this man, he was like, I can give you even the health of my kingdom. That's the love, it blinds him. That's how, like, oh, I can give you all, even the health of my kingdom. That's how much I love you. That's how much I cherish you. But because she know this woman, she cherishes her skin. She loves herself. Okay? And Esther answered, yeah, I have explained this one. He like, the enemy, I just want him to come to my dinner party. Only that I'm asking for you. Just make sure that this enemy come to my dinner party, because this enemy wanted to destroy Esther and his family. So make sure that he come to my dinner party. All that I'm asking you. All this kingdom, no, you can keep it for himself, but only this I want from you. Or she was like, yes, I still want the kingdom, but this is the most important. I care about my people. I do love my people. I don't care about your kingdom, but my people is the kingdom. My people are the gold here, not your physical things. Okay, so 5. Then the king said, cause Haman to make haste, that he may to do Esther had said. So the king and Haman came to the banquet that Esther had prepared. That's how That's how quick this king fixed it. Like, you must make sure that this man come to my wife dinner party, to the queen dinner party. He must come. He must come to the queen dinner party. He must show up. And the king said unto Esther at the banquet of wine, what is thy petitions? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? Even to the health of the kingdom it shall be performed. Okay? And I'm not going to read all. Okay, I'm not. You can go and read this for yourself. So the king still asks. He asked her one more time. What can I do for you? He said, "Can tell me everything, even the health of my kingdom. I can give you." And she will tell her the same thing. Like, I want this man come to my dinner party. That's the only thing I want from you. Okay, that's the only thing I want from you. So let's go to chapter 7. Let's go to chapter 7. So the king, and Haman came to banquet with Esther the queen. And the king said again to Esther on the second day at the banquet of wine, the dinner party, what is thy petition, Queen Esther? And it shall be granted thee. And what is thy request? And it shall be performed, even to the health of the kingdom. Then Esther the queen answered and said, if I have found favor in thy sight, O king, and if it please thee, the king, let my life be given me at my petition, and my people at my request. She is fighting for her people. She wasn't think only about herself. She is the queen, but she was here to fight for her people. She didn't care about all this kingdom. Nay, she was scared about his people. She was scared about her people. For we are sold, I and my people, to be destroyed, to be slain, and to perish. But if we have been sold for bondmen and bondwomen, I had held my tongue, although the enemy could not counterfeit the king's damage. Are we then sold as bondmen and bondwomen? Yes, we are. At the four corners in slavery, we have sold as bondwoman and bondman. It's the same thing is going on here. Okay, but here she was the queen. Even she was a slave, but she never told them she was a slave. But she became the queen. Now she's going to fight to save her people. Even this man was a other nation man, but he wasn't a white. They was a black skinned people. Okay. Then the king has Soros answer. I think I read it difference now. Answer and said unto Esther the queen, who is he and where is he that durst presume in his heart to do so? When he told her that there is an enemy who want to kill me and my people, the king was like, huh? Who is this person who want to destroy you? In other words, nobody going to touch my beautiful queen. If you touch my queen, you touch her family, and that's how it is. If you love a man, you going to if a man love you, you're going to love your family. And I'm talking about the other nation. If these heathen men they love you, many of you black women, you jump the fence and you saying how much they love black women. They no, they don't love you because if they love you, they have to love your family. They have to take care of your family. And this taking care is not like they will come and live with you, but if they have a position in their in whatever they in whatever place they're working, if they are teacher or they work in the bank or all those places or in the hospital in the store, when someone one of your family, it don't have to be your cousin, but if a black a person came in that store or whatever he is working, and if one of your people come there, or doesn't matter if it's a black woman or a black man, he come there, he have to take care of them. He have to fight for them. Okay? If he is in the government, he have to fight for the black people. Or all these places that if you believe that your white man love you, that's mean he have to fight for your black nation. They have to fight for your family who look like you. That's what's love mean, and we hear it. When this man heard like you want to come and destroy my wife who is black and his family, he was like, no, you're not going to do this because I love this woman, and not only her, I do care about his people as well. Okay, that's what love is. That's what it is. But many of you sister, you married to this nation, and like I said, they don't love you. You are their sex slave. That's why they're not going to help you. They're not going to make sure that your people are protected. They're not going to help you that you can become successful. You won't see them go outside and say stop killing the black woman, stop killing the black man. They don't say that because they only care about your flesh. These men only care about the things between your legs, because you are just lust for them. You are just lust. They only care about that, not because you will see. Because now this day, all the time you will see them. I don't have to TikTok, but now I see other black women, they post on those things, and many black women they say we are angry. All the time they go on TikTok, you will see this Asian man and this white man, and they will come like the reason why they're dating black women. Sisters, and this sister, she was showing this thing, and you know what makes me angry? All this comment about the black woman, how this black woman, they was like my ring finger is like my ring size is a 7, 8. So in other words, pick me, choose me. I'm ready to marry you. That's sick. When I read it, when I was reading all these comment of the black woman, I was like, oh my God, the woman, we need help because they are so destroyed and they are so hopeless that you put yourself there. And these people, he don't care. They care about their views. Because they know when these Asian men and these white men, they go and say that they will tell why they're dating black women. They know many black women who hate themselves. They will come there and they starting to follow them, and they will have a lot of followers. And when they say this, sister, they say it because, like I have explained in part 1, they know only when they say it, you will believe, you will care about yourself. So when they say it, in other words, I do you a favor. I'm coming here, take my time and make video to tell you that I love the reason I'm dating black women, because they are this and this. In other words, I'm doing you a favor. So you have to worship me. I'm doing you a favor. When they come and make a video like that, they don't care about you. They care about their followers, and they care about the things between your legs, because that's all you to them. You are their sex slave. That's the truth. Okay? But let me go further, okay? And So when the king heard it, he was like, "Who's going to destroy my queen and his family? I'm not going to allow that." And Esther said, "The adversary and enemy, the adversary and enemy is this wicked Haman." Then Haman was afraid before the king and the queen. He said, "It is this wicked heathen man who want to destroy my people." Many of the majority of all these is sisters who dating outside of your race, these people, they are racist. Okay, they are racist. That's why they don't speak out when they shoot the black man on the street, because they don't care about the black man. They don't even care. They only care about the things between your legs, and that's the truth. That's why you're not going to hear them talk about it. That's why you're not going to hear this black man, this white man or Asian man will come to the street and say, "Stop killing the black man," because they don't care about the black man. They don't care about your black family. They don't care about it. They only care about the black woman. And that's why they will go from black woman to black woman till they go through many all of them. Till they have used many of them, because they only care about the flesh, the thing between your legs. You are just a chocolate to them, brown chocolate or sugar cane or whatever. All these names they have for you. That's all you are for them. But you are not the one. You are not. You are just sex slave for them. That's the truth. They don't care about you. They don't care about your family. Like this heathen man was scared about Esther, his family, her family. Okay, so he told him it is this wicked man. And the as he told in 7, and the king arising from the banquet of wine in his wrath went into the palace garden, and Haman stood up to make request for his life to Esther the queen, for he saw that there was evil determined against him by the king. You see, when this king heard about it, say, "You want to destroy Esther and his family," the king was so angry that he arose. And he was like, "I'm finished with this man. He have to die. You want to kill, you want to touch my beautiful Esther queen, the most beautiful all among these other women. He have to go. You're not going to touch my queen." And you see, this man was respecting this Israelite sister. Even she was also a slave. But many of you, like I said, these men don't respect you. That's why they don't fight for you. They don't fight for your family. As long as they can go into you, that's all they want to. And give you some babies, because they know you hate yourself. You want to wash. You hate yourself. You don't want to get children who look like you. So even they give that to you, they in their mind they're like, "You're supposed to thank me that I have made your family become beautiful. Because of me now, your family will become this beautiful family." They become light skin and beautiful hair. That's in their mind. That's what they do. So you thank me with all those children that I have given. You have to thank me about them, because of me you will have beautiful family now. That's how they think. This thing is root in their mind, sisters. Doesn't matter if they dating you. That it doesn't mean that they love black people. Like I say, the majority of these nations around us who you married, dating, they hate black. They are racist. That's why they will always say, "I have black friends. I have black boyfriend. I have black girlfriend." No, they don't. They don't. And their woman, they hating you because you stealing their man. They hate you. There is never change. Nothing is changed. Okay? So the king was very angry. Say, "No, I'm going to destroy you. You want to touch my black queen? I'm going to kill you." Then the king returned out of the palace garden into the place of the banquet of wine, and Haman was falling upon the bed whereon Esther was. Then said the king, "Will he force the queen also before me in the house?" As the word went out of the king's mouth, they covered Haman's face. So this enemy who wanted to destroy Esther, his family. He came to beg Esther. So the chair where Esther was sitting, he was laying there. He was like, he was a dead people. He was dead because the king going to kill him. So he was asking Esther maybe to do a favor on him. He fell on this couch, on this chair. So this bed, the bed where Esther was sleeping. And when this king saw him, that's what that he was like, it's enough. No, you come into my house and trying to rape my woman. You want to touch my sugar cane? No, no, you're going to die. That's how the love when this beautiful woman. That's how that's how he was ready to kill for her. He was already to kill for Esther because she loved her so much, and he loved Esther, his family as well. Okay, and when he saw that, he was like, he command these soldier like, and cover his head, and that's mean he going to kill, or going to put him in prison till the day come to kill him. Okay, 9. And Harbonet, one of the chamberlains, said before the king, behold also the ga- the gallows, the gallows 50 cubits high, which Haman had made for Mordecai, who had spoken good for the king, standeth in the house of Haman. Then the king said, hang him thereon. So they hang Haman of Haman on the gallows that he had prepared for Mordecai. Then was the king pacified. You see, the same. This literally the hole that you dig for other, you will fall in the same ditch. Okay, he fought in the ditch that he was dig for Mordecai. He wanted to destroy the Jew people. No, he died the same cross, or the gallows. The gallows he was made to hang Mordecai. This is lynching. He wanted to lynch Mordecai. No, the king, lynched him. You see, Esther was fight. She fight for her people. Even it was an other nation man. He fight for her people. She fight for her people. But many of you say this other nation man that you are married, they love you, but still you don't hear their voice saying say about how they killing the black man. They don't talk about it because that's how that they don't care about you. We only care about the woman. And if we put this today, if we put this black woman aside today, we will find in the second week we can find another black woman and use her for years like a a sex slave, and give her a lot of a few children, and then move it to another black woman, because that's how they goes. That's how it goes. They don't care about you. So this is love, sister. If you say this other nation man love you, you have the power to change his mind to help your people. You have the power to do that. But I'm sure when once you starting to speak about your people, he will say, stop it. Slavery is over. You have to move on. Slavery is over, but they still do all this wrong to our people. They don't care about you. The same thing, Eve and Adam. Okay? Eve, because she used her beauty and her words and her wisdom to mislead the man. That's how the woman have power, I says. That's the woman have power. But here, Esther, she was a wise woman. She used the wisdom of God. But if a woman, you don't serve God, you will use the devil. You will use Satan power you will use that on the man. And that's what Eve do. You think Eve? You think it was do you think it was the same day she spoke with Adam, and you think it was the same day she misled Adam to take information of Satan? No, I don't believe it happened the same day. I believe it happened. Eve. I'm sure Eve, because that's how women are. I'm sure Eve was going and tell Adam, like, Adam, you don't love me. If you don't go and take this information or go and speak to the person that's talked to me, to Satan, if you don't do this, you don't love me. Okay? You don't love me. How? You don't trust me? You don't see that God made me for you and he made you for me? You don't trust me? If you don't take this information, that's me, you don't trust me. And I can't live with this. That's how women are. When this woman wants something, she will come with all those things. And before you know, you're like, okay, what do you want? That's how women are. And Eve did the same thing with Adam. And the same, that the power that she used on in Adam, Esther used the same power on this man to help her people, but she used the wisdom of the Most High. God was with her, so God have give her wisdom to use. Like, this man wants you, she loves you, so use this to help your people. So, like I said, if you love your people, you have to help them. But I'm sure, like I said, if you go and speak to your white husband to help you, you will find out for yourself. So you are just their sex slave, just like I said, you are just their sex slave. You are nothing more than their sex slave. So let's go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 30, 31, verse 30. Because this beauty is not only about the beauty, it comes with wisdom. Esther was wise. She had wisdom. Okay? The Most High said you are the most beautiful among all these other women. It's not just the beauty, but you have to supposed to have wisdom. Okay. Favor is deceitful. So favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. But a woman that feared the Lord shall be praised. Esther, she feared the woman. She was fearing God, because all this information, all this wisdom she had it from God, because she worship God. Okay? She didn't lean on her beauty, because that is deceitful. She didn't lean on all that she had, but she was leaning on God. And in the end of the day, God helped her to get what she wanted, what she needed, because it was a good thing she was doing. And the thing about this is, many of your black women, you starting to lean on your beauty. Okay? Many of you know that you are beautiful. You starting to lean on your beauty. And when you lean on your beauty, sisters, it's not going to be okay. It's not going to end it good for you, because the scripture says beauty is vain. Today, when you die, if you don't worship the God, if you don't worship God, those beauty that you have, your beautiful face and skin and all this thing, that's nothing. You have to worship God, and He's going to guide you. He will give you wisdom. So this is how the black woman, this how it went wrong, because they was lean on their beauty. I'm beautiful. I don't need a man. Don't come and tell me what to do. I'm a beautiful woman. I can get another man if you left the home. I am beautiful. I can make it. I can have my mine. I'm a beautiful woman. I can go to this company and find me a job because I am a beautiful woman. Yes, when you go there in the company, among surround all these other nations, you are like a piece of flesh. You are like the piece of meat. They sit in their clothes, and soon one of them they will approach you, and they will hurt you. I don't know how to say it, but they will succeed, and before you know, you become their sex slave, because you lean on your beauty. You don't want any you don't want any guidance on your life, because you lean on your beauty. So like I say, most of you lean on your beauty, and that's how it went wrong. You don't want to be subject to no black man, but you was leaning on your beauty, and that's how you present yourself to the world. I was watching this movie on Netflix, and you have this beautiful woman. It was a South African movie, and this woman, she was like this woman Nelson Mandela. She was like the most smart in the class, and she was like this. She was one of the smart student in the class. And you have this a white young man, and he was always make fun of her, because she was always speaking about getting black power and all those things. And this white man, he was always like, when she says something about slavery or whatever, he was like, yes, slavery, blah blah blah, you are bored and all those things. She was always fighting with this black woman, with this black sister. So one day, they was organizing something for their school, and you have all these people. They will come on the podium, with their talent to show people what you got, and and people like they will offer money, and that's how they was collecting money to prepare this celebration for to prepare this celebration for the school, or these things for the school. And we have this black man came. He was sing and rap, and all these people on this podium, they was like, we're going to offer this kind of money, we're going to offer this much of money. And all these people and all this other, they was come on the podium, and people was like, yeah, we're going to offer that much. And once this black woman came on this podium, she came on this podium. She was standing there, and all of a sudden she became this stupid woman. She didn't know what to do, and she was like, I don't have nothing to offer. And this young black man told her, just go and offer your body. And she was standing there on the podium like so, and she was is the smartest one. She was the smartest woman. She was speak with confidence, and all of a sudden she had nothing to offer but only her body. And when she was standing there on this podium to offer herself, and everyone's like, woo, you're ugly, this and that. And someone said, I'm going to offer you $1. And she was crying, standing there. And later on, this white young man came, and he was like, even they offer $1 on you, I will buy you for that $1. And you will become my girlfriend because you're beautiful. Even they can't see that beauty in you, but I can see through you. I can see that beauty in you because you are beautiful. You are gorgeous. And this sister is like, really? It was like, yes, really. And later on, she was dressing all these, like, how all these beautiful garments she wear. And she was like, you are my African queen, something like that, but you are my queen. And all of a sudden she loved herself, but she was a beautiful sister. You see how they present the woman? Like they present you like you are this, or you are cheap. You don't have nothing to offer. That's how they presenting you. Why they presenting this other nation? They are something, but you are nothing to them. And like this young white man, he was buying this woman for $1, or I don't know how much. That's how they see you. You are nothing. So you are nothing, but even you are nothing, you believe that you are nothing, I'm going to take you. And you're supposed to thank me. That's how they think. Okay? But okay. So I have read in the book of Proverbs that you're not supposed to lean on your beauty because it's deceitful. Don't lean on that. Because if you lean on that, your beauty, it's going to destroy you because all that is vain. You can't trust on your beauty. Because if you trust on that, in the end of the day, that's the only thing you're going to think I have to offer. Only my body I can offer. Okay? And that's what many of you do. You offer your body to these people and you are the sex slave because you hate yourself. But let's go and read what that beauty do with you. When you're too much, when you think you are beautiful, that's how. Let's go and see how deceitful this beauty is. This beauty without belief in God. This beauty without worshiping God. How going to deceive you. Okay? Let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 3. And I'm going to read verse 16 and then 24. Moreover, the Lord said, because the daughter of Zion are haughty, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tingling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scrap. Let's jump to the 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of girdle a ram, and instead of whelm set hair baldness, and instead of a storm maker a girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. You see, instead of the Most High going to take all of your beauty from you because you was leaning on your beauty. You think you're too beautiful. You don't need a head. You don't want to subject to a man. So since you think like this, you think you can rule yourself. You think you can be your own boss. This is what I'm going to do to you. Because you was leaning on your beauty. These other nation women, doesn't matter if they have degree, if they have businesses, whatever, doesn't matter what they have, but they will have a head above them. They will have a husband who will they subject to. But the black woman don't, because they lean on their beauty. You think I'm beautiful, this so I don't have to listen to a man. I'm beautiful, I don't have to listen to you because I can find like a second or other man. But it's going to destroy you, and that destroy the black woman till this day. That's why when you go from home to home, you will see a woman with a lot of children, and not like from one man, but from different men, because many of you was lean on your beauty. You don't want a hat. You don't want a man come and tell you what to do. You was lean on your beauty. In the end of the day, you will become like this flesh, like the word is presenting you. You are just flesh. All these men come and they abuse you. They just go into you. Because you don't want your husband, you don't want your man rule over you. So if you don't want your man rule over you, who do you going to think will going to rule over you? Other nation people. And believe me, they're not going to rule over you with love, but they will rule over you with hatred, and they will destroy you. Let's go to the book of Ezekiel chapter 16, verse 15 through 14 through 15. This longest lesson than I thought. I talked too much. I'm sorry. Okay. And thy renew went forth among the heathen for thy beauty, for it was perfect through my comeliness, which I had put upon thee, said the Lord. Said the Lord God, show your beauty, just like he said you are the most beautiful among all these other women. All this beauty have spread among all these other nation women. They know you are beautiful. And you know you are beautiful, they know you are beautiful, you become this haughty woman that you don't want man rule over you. You don't want to subject. You lean on your beauty, you lean on your clothes, on your body. You must lean on that. In the end of the like I say, if you lean on your beauty, you will become like flesh. Because you think I have nothing to offer. Only my body I can offer. You don't have any wisdom, nothing. So you will offer your body. Okay? But thou didst trust in thy own beauty. And that's what many of you black women, you trust in your own beauty. You know you are beautiful, but you trust in your beauty. You trust in your beauty. You don't want any man, but you trust only in your beauty. And place the harlot because of thy renew, and pour it out thy fornication on everyone that passed by. His it was. You see? Because many of these black women, sister, you lean on your beauty. And like I have explained, because you was leaning on your beauty, you have opened your legs for every of these nation men. Because this other nation men, they know that you don't want the black man rule over you. They know that you don't want to be subject to the black man. So they're like, here I am. I will rule. I'm ready to rule over you, and so that you can be my sex slave. Okay? You were sleeping. You because you was leaning on your beauty. You was leaning on your beauty. So now you became this harlot. That's how these other nation men, they see us. We are worse. We are harlots. That's how they present. When you see all these sisters these singers and movie stars, how they present the black woman. See how they present them. Even in how the black men, they present us in their videos, in the music video, they present us as harlots, walking there naked, shaking and stripping and twerking. That's how they present us. That's how this world know about the black woman. That's why when another nation man come to approach you, the only thing he thinks is about sex. How he going to use you for sex. Because this how we have present ourselves, and this how all these nation people, that's how they see when they see the black woman. That's why they think about you. Because you was leaning too much on your beauty. Okay? And yeah, okay, and yes. 20. Let's jump to 20. Moreover, thou hast taken thy sons and thy daughters, whom thou hast borne unto me, and these hast thou sacrificed unto them to be divorced. Is this of thy whoredoms a small matter? Because of your beauty, sister, because you lean on your beauty, that's why you're going through and do abortions. Because you lean on your beauty, you say, I'm beautiful, I have this flat belly, I don't want it become big, I don't want to become fat, so I'm pregnant, so I'm going to destroy this baby in my womb so that I can become still this sex model, still stripping, still do all this wickedness with my body. No, your body become like you worship your body. Because many sisters who will do abortion, they do abortion because they believe that once I have children, I will become fat. Once I get children, my bed will be it's not going to be still flat, but it will become thick and big. My breast going to be ugly. I will become ugly because of your beauty. You lean on your beauty. That's why you do all this evil. It's because only you lean on your beauty, sister. That's why it says beauty is deceitful. You can lead. You can happy that you're beautiful and be proud that you're a beautiful woman, a black beautiful woman. But you're supposed to have wisdom as well, and wisdom comes from God. And this wisdom will tell you that it is a man who's supposed to be on you. It is the man supposed to be lead. That's the wisdom. Okay? And not only that, but there's more. There's more. When you see this around, when you see why do you think all these people they are strong family? Because you as a black woman, two black women can become this strong family. The black woman, you need a black man. That's the only way you can become this strong whole family. You can't do it with another sister. It's not going to be happen. It will be chaos, fighting, hating. That's how women are. Women can't be that long, together with one another. Only maybe 1 minute, 30 minutes before they're starting fighting, hating one another, jealous of one another. That's how women are, the majority of the women. But men are different. That's why you need a man as a leader, a man as a head. Women can lead. Because it's only confusion and destructions. Okay? And 21. That thou hast slain my children and delivered them to cause them to pass through the fire for them. You destroy them. You just do abortions. And when you do abortion, you just worship your idol god. It's a sacrifice you do. And let's jump to 23 to 23. And it came to pass after all thy wickedness, that thou hast also built unto thee no, where am I? No, it's 25. Okay, thou hast built thou hast built thy high place at every head of the way, and hast made thy beauty to be abhorred, and hast opened thy feet to every one that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredom, sisters. This is you. That's the black woman. Because you was lean on your beauty now. You became this fleshly thing. When all this, every race man on this planet, when they see you, they think only about sex. Become my sex slave, because you become this meat of fleece, this meat to them, this piece of meat to them, this flesh. That's why they say, when they see, that's the only thing they think about. Will you marry me? Will you marry me? My sweet chocolate, my brown sugar. They're not going to tell Becky that. Exactly. You see? And has opened thy feet for everyone that passed by, and multiplied thy whoredoms. That's why you see. That's why you have all these other nation men come and say, This is the reason why I'm dating black women. You have this Asian, I mean Asian, the race is more, the race, this Asian nation, they races more than the white. Many of you, many of you sisters who married to this Asian, you don't know who you're dealing with. I saw not long ago, I saw a video. Those Chinese people who go to Africa, they are cannibalism. They was eating people there. When these people they was working for them, these people they never went home. So these police, these people of this village, they like every time these people they went to these Chinese people they work for them, they don't come home. So these police officer they starting to do investigations. So when they go to the camp of these Chinese, they saw this. There were seven heads of the black people of the village in this Chinese their village. They eat them, they kill them and eat them, and some of them I think there was I don't know how, but they was tied and put there to kill already to eat. They was putting them to prepare to eat, but they were still alive. So many of you don't know who you're dealing with. These Chinese people you see on social media saying they will come and say like this is the reason why I'm dating black women. You don't know who you're dealing with, sister. These other nation people they hate you more than the white hate you. Even it's the white who have spread this hate toward all these four corners, but these other white nation they hate me. They hate you more than the white hate you. Know that. So because of this, I have read. Because of this, you have know all these hidden men. They will come on social media and making videos saying the reason why they hate it, they dating black woman. No, this is the reason. In other words, these are the reason why I'm sexing black woman. These are the reason because they have spreading their legs all over the place because they don't have any hope. They don't have hope. They hate themselves. So I'm here. I'm already to defile their body because that's how they present themselves. So here am I to defile your body and do whatever I have to do with you. Because this is how you present yourself because you was leaning on your beauty instead of using your wisdom like Esther did. Okay? And 26 thou hast no I will jump to 30 verse 30. How weak is thine heart, said the Lord God, saying, Thou dost all these things, the work of an imperious wordish woman. How weak is your heart, sister? You are weak because you lean on your beauty and you don't want to be subject to a man. You don't want no one control. You don't want no one to you don't want other to correct you. Because that's how hard you became. That's how hard you became. I don't know how to say it. But you became arrogant. And in the end of the day, when you became arrogant, and how are you going to fall? And that's exactly what did happen with the black woman. You became this weak. Every other nation man who come to you, you will say welcome. You don't even check them. I mean, I see all these old looking like they have diseases, looking weird. I mean, they are in wheelchair men, other nation men. And there you have the sister. Yes, I'm going to marry you. And these sisters, they are beautiful sisters. There you can see it's not normal. You became weak for them. That doesn't matter how they look like. You are there to marry them. So that they can use you as a sex slave because they're not going to help you just like this king helped Esther. They are not. And 31, in that thou buildest thine eminent place in the head of every way, and makest thine high place in every street, and hast not been as an harlot in that thou scornest hire, but as a wife that committeth adultery, which take stranger instead of her husband. You take all these strangers instead of the black man. You become harlot of all this nation, but you don't want the black man. You say that you hate the black man because you hate yourself. This is all about hate. You hate yourself. That's why you hate the black man. So you don't want to get children who look like you, because if you marry with a black man, you will have a black baby, or brown or light brown baby. You don't want that. You want something different. So you put the black man aside and take these strangers, man, and marry to them. But they will destroy you. It's not going to help you, sister. If many of you don't repent, soon you will be in the graveyard, sister. Because these people, they are not thinking even to help you, but to destroy you, so that you and the black man don't come together, because that's what they want since in the beginning. That's what they always want, destroy you. Come between the black man and the black woman, that's what they want to. So when you see these other nation men come on social media and making video, this is the reason why I'm dating a black woman, don't fall for that trap. That's foolishness. They don't care about you, nor your people. Okay? So, in 33, they give gifts to all wars, but thou givest thy gifts to all thy lovers, and hires them that they may come unto thee on every side for thy whoredom. You see? They give a harlot, she gets paid. She get paid. But you don't get paid. It don't benefit you. It don't benefit you, black woman. Even you use your beauty, even like I said, you because you have lean on your beauty. These other men, they because you are beautiful, so they use that. They enjoy of all that beauty, but all that is not going to benefit you. It don't benefit you. You can see it. It doesn't benefit you. The only thing many of you left behind it with a lot of these mixed children, and you will not say that, oh, the white man or this, white man or that. No, because the thing is, in your eye, he have give you these diamonds, because these children are like diamonds for you. They are idols for you. So you don't care if he give you all these 10 children and left. You're not going to say nothing. But if it was the black man, oh, you will stand there and screaming out. And 34, and the contrary is in thee from other women in thy whoredoms, whereas none followed thee to commit whoredoms, and in that thou givest a reward, and no reward is given unto thee. Therefore thou art contrary. So like I said, it's not going to benefit you. When a harlot sells her body, she gets money, she gets gifts, but you don't get it. Even you go and sleep with these strangers, these other nation men, it's not going to benefit you. It's only going to cost you your life and all those things that you have. It don't benefit you. Just like it benefit Esther, because many of you have leaned on your beauty instead of lean on God, instead of use God's wisdom, instead of make the man rule over you. And when I say the man, the black man, instead of make the black man rule over you, instead of love yourself. Okay? If you was doing all those things, if you was loving yourself, you was love the black man and all this wisdom that God put in. If you have all them, even if these other nation men, they take you, I'm sure they was going and fight for you and your family and cherish you. But they don't, because love starts within yourself. This movie, the Princess and the Frog. Tiana the princess. She was this Negroid woman, right? And the prince, he was rich. So what was a white man? He was rich. When he was rich, he was already to marry with this white princess. But once he wanted to marry with Tiana, he cursed. And guess what? It was Tiana. He cursed and became a frog. And later on, his parents, he cut him off. Okay? they cut him off, and they says he have to, they cut him off. He was telling Tiana that, look, I don't have any money. Okay, my family, they're not going to give me any money anymore. So I have to work for my own money. So Tiana have saved all this money since she was little. She was saved all this money to buy this building, and she said she was going to make it to become a restaurant. Once she married with Tiana, it was the wisdom of Tiana. I mean, it was when once Tiana buy this restaurant, she make it become beautiful, and she was like, she is the one who was raising this prince, this white man. And that's how it is in life. When you have this rich white man, they're not going to marry a black woman. Even they marry you, it's not going to help. It won't benefit you. It only on you. You are the only one who's going to be lost. You are the only one who's going to give, like Tiana. Tiana is supposed to the prince took care of her so that she can became this queen and don't have to work and live the queen life. She was there working in her own restaurant, was saving for her own restaurant, and then take care of her and the prince. And that's how many of you are. Many of these sisters you will see here, on social media. They will make photos, a picture. They will promote picture how the white men have buy all these expensive things for them. Listen to me, sister. Don't fall for that trap. Many of these sisters, they selling their body. These other nation men using them for selling their body. So with the same money they selling their body, they go and buy things for them and say, this is what my husband buy for me. Because many of you, this young sister I saw, they married to this old woman, this old man of they're looking like men of 80 years old. What this man going to do for you? So at the end of the day, this is how these people, they're rolling. These white men, even here in Europe, they have places that they go and bring their wife there. And bring their wife so that other men can go into their wife. So that this woman can stay. This is the way they say that they do to so that they can make their marriage life survive. So that's how they do. They do the same thing with their woman. So do you think they're not going to do the same thing with you? They're selling this black woman, man. This black woman married to them. This black woman, they selling their body, and they are the ones take care of them. Because when you go and sell your body to another man, these white men, they became like they are pimps. They are pimps. They pimping these black girls. And I know people as well. People that I know, they are black women. They are wise with wisdom. And guess what? Because she take care of herself and the white man because of her wisdom. All this idea that she had, she make money off that idea, and she take care of herself and the man. And that's how many of them are. You don't get nothing, but the only thing you have is you just losing. You only give them, but you don't get nothing, but it don't benefit you. Okay, like this whore, they don't give the whore is supposed to get gift, but you don't get any gift. You just give away. So let's go to the book of Genesis and let's talk about the clothing. Okay, clothes. The book of Genesis chapter 24, verse 64 through 67. Okay, here. And Rebecca lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lifted off the camel, for she had said unto the servant, What man is this that walked in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, It is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And when you read, I did explain this in part 1, that she was also a beautiful woman. But you see, when she find out that this man is the one who's going to be her husband, she clothes herself with the veil. But this day, it is the man who trying to close your skin. Instead of close your body, because many of you have leaned on the beauty. You have leaned on your curves. You have leaned on your hips. All those things you have leaned on them, but it is deceitful. It's going to destroy you. So you have leaned on all that you promoted. When these days when I walk like on the street like this, some men, some men, sometimes you see them. Maybe I don't know. But in some place like maybe I go outside, where a lot of black men, where a lot of our people live, they look at me like I'm an alien. Walk with this and like we're like normal. I'm wear a pants, but when I wear a pants, I wear it like with like these blouses, but they like big. They look like maybe a little dress. So they look like I'm an alien. Like she's bored. Like you can see her behind. We don't see nothing. We don't see her curves. It's just bored, and she have things on her head. Because many of you, that's how you have spoiled these men. You are the one who have spoiled them. Till this day, like when a man, majority of these men, when they see a sister wear like modesty, they will think she's bored. She's very bored. Look how she clothed. I mean, we all live in 2021. You just like a grandma. You're not a grandma. I mean, you're still young. Come on, just show your body, show your skin. But that's how many of you become. You show the world that this what I have to offer you. I can offer you. I can only offer you my breast, my behind, and my hips. That's why I'm showing. That's why I wear all those things. Put my body outside, so that you can see my beauty. No, your beauty, your face is okay. If someone have the spirit of discernment, when you talk to someone, you look this person in their eyes, their face, you can see it. Or sometimes you can know, okay, what kind of type of this person is. Me, I can look men into their eyes, because in the family that I have raised, in my family, you cannot look other in their eyes, especially the elderly one. So I have grown up with that. So even I live in Europe, it's very difficult for me, to look to them into their eyes. But sometimes I just look them straight into to their eyes to tell them, hey, just I know who I am, and speak to them with confidence. Okay, so sometimes you may know when you look someone into their eyes, you can know. You see, you can also when many of these men, they speak, they talk to you, they look into you in your eyes, they can know what kind of woman you are. They know if you're a good woman or a bad one. So you don't have to walk show people your curves. You don't have to walk around telling men that, because when you dress like this, you telling the other nation men and even the black men that this is the only thing I can offer you. That's why I'm walk like this. I can only offer you this. I don't have any wisdom. I can't offer you nothing. This is the only thing I will offer you. So these men, they will treat you as a harlot, because in their eyes, that's what you are. Okay? So you have to know how to dress. Dress beautiful. You can dress modest. Dress all this like, this is a sweater, t-shirt, but it's like a little bit loose. You don't have to show everyone your curves, and men don't like it. A long time ago, my husband told me, because when it's winter here, we have this. You will walk with a coat, and my coat is like this very long, big one. And one day he was like, I love this coat you wear. I'm like, oh, he was like, yes, because you know what? I can see your curves on it, so people can see your curves when you wear this coat. People don't see how you build, how you curves how curves you are, of how you are, how you build. Okay, I don't know how to say it, and I love it. So not every man want to love it when other men watch it, look into the beauty of their woman. They don't love it, because you have to make it stay like interesting. If you walk with all these breast behind, breast outside, with all this, all your butt showing, everything, you are not interesting. Men are like, it is hard, the sister. This breast I shoot, I have seen more than 100 times. You're not interesting. But when you cover your skin, even maybe you have this man there, and maybe he is even if he is serious to marry you, he will like, this is different. I'm sure how her legs look like. I'm sure how her butt look like. I'm sure. Not. I'm sure. I wonder how her butt look like, how legs look like, how all those things with her look like. I wonder. And even this want to marry you because you are interesting. But when you walk like there's no one interesting, you like you're bored. And like in their eyes, you just a harlot. Okay, so stop leaning on your beauty because this is what your beauty going to do with you. This sister, she was beautiful and she was wise. And as a wise woman, she know, no, I have to cover. I have to cover my body. Let's go to the book of Exodus, chapter 23, verse 25. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee. When you serve God, you come back to the God who made you, make you that beautiful, give you everything, even among our enemy. If you serve him, he said he's going to bless your bread, so your food, everything that you eat. He's going to bless them. And those things, we cannot eat everything. When you go in the book of Leviticus chapter 11, you're going to find out what you shall eat and what you shall not eat. But those that he say you can eat, he say, I'm going to bless them for you and the water that you drink. And I will take thy sickness away from the midst of you. Many of you, sister, you are sick. You have diabetes and all these other things because you don't worship God. And he don't bless your food because all this sickness that we have is because they put things in the water and the food that we eat, the drink and eating. So if you don't serve the Most High, before you know, all these diseases will be upon you because you sin against him. He will put disease on you. You know, last week I have this class about, for my work about diabetes. And they say, the majority of the people in the U.S., they have diabetes. And because they are overweight, they eat all this unhealthy food. And it says, in this class that it was given, that it come like more people, and also the little one, the little children. And I know it, like I say, years ago when this hurricane was in the U.S. and I was seeing this video, how they would like to make fun of our people. And I was seeing all this like overweight woman. This helicopter will come and soak them, from the hurricane. I think I don't know which one of the states, but it was only black people you were seeing this. Okay, all African American. Okay, and I was like, where is this? And they were saying in the U.S. And only overweight sister you were seeing, and children and men. I was like, whoa. Because we eating things that we're supposed to eating. All this water that we're drinking, they're poisoning it. So when you come and serve God, he's going to cleanse this for you. He's going to cleanse it for you. Let's go to the book of Samuel, 2 Samuel chapter 11, verse 2. Verse 2 through 4. And it came to pass in an evening tide, that David arose off his bed and walked upon the roof of the king's house. And from the roof he saw a woman washing herself. And the woman was very beautiful to look upon. And she was an Israelite woman. I did a video about Bathsheba, that she was an Israelite, not a heathen woman, like we have learned. And her husband also was an Israelite man. Okay, and David sent an inquirer after the woman, and one said, It is not this Bathsheba, the daughter of Eliam, the wife of Uriah the Hittite? And David sent messenger and took her, and she came in unto him. And she came in unto him, and he lay with her, for she was purified from her uncleanness, and she returned unto her house. You see? When David saw this woman, she was beautiful. She was herself. She was naked. I think she was naked there. And the Israelite sister, when they wash themselves as a woman, we not like this heathen. You will see them on television. They like doing this with the shower. No, when a sister was herself, you're supposed to go on your knees and wash yourself. That's how a sister supposed to wash, clean herself. So when David was standing there, she saw her beauty, the beautiful curves. She was like, no, I'm going to send someone to bring her here. If this woman, if she was a fat woman, an overweight woman, do you believe David will send this man to go and say, bring this woman to me? No. I'm sure David may, I believe that David, he might send someone, but only to warn her, like, listen, woman, you can wash yourself here, walk naked around here. There are walking small little children here. We can't see you cannot show your skin like this. You cannot do this. Make sure that it won't happen ever again. I'm sure David will send someone to go and warn her if she was overweight. But she wasn't an overweight woman, because she was made sure that she stay fit. And many of our sisters, and this is what they teach you on television. You see all these overweight black women, and they overweight and loud, and and rule, and they rule, and mean they are arrogant, and all this type black women they show on television. And now you have all these black women, now they're fat and have attitude. Men can speak to them. Well, sister, if you're overweight and you have an attitude, this man, he will go and find himself another woman who is fit. Who is fit. Even in this awakening, sister, you have to stay fit. You have to love yourself. Don't do it for the man. Because if you say you only will lose, you will stay this because your man wanted it, it's because you can't do that, okay? I don't know how to say it. You're supposed if you're on a lost way journey, you have to do it for yourself. Because if you say you do it for your husband, what if your husband died? What if he passed away, or you divorced? That's me. You will starting to go and starting to eat and become very overweight. So you have to do it for yourself. You have to do it because you love yourself. Me, I love myself, so me, I stay fit. Twice a week, I just go outside and run in the park and use this. I don't know how to say, but I'm jumping with this. I don't know how to say it. When I bring my little daughter, when I go to them outside, I just run a little bit because I love myself. I don't want to become this overweight woman. I do it for myself. I love my body. I nourish my body and I love it. How I am. You know, when you get older, you will have a little bit pounds, but now I don't want that. I will eat healthy and make sure that I'm still fit. But the most important is that my mind is clean. That my mind is clean. Because that's the most important. The inside is important, but the outside is also important, sister. So not stop allow this television to tell you that you can be fat, and all those things. No, go and lose weight. Lose weight. But even when you lose weight, after you have lose weight, you have this beautiful body. Don't lean on that. Lean on God. Lean on the God of this book. Okay? And also, how when they presenting black women in television, this overweight black woman, what you see most of the time in this comedian movie, what I always saw. In this comedian movie, when a black woman, like she take off her clothes, you started to see people they are they started to throwing their food, or they like, oh damn, sorry for using this word, but that's what you're seeing. When a black woman, an overweight black woman, take off her clothes, they were like, damn, and they like do like this, close their eyes. Some people will faint on the floor. Some people will like say, no, please, please cover your skin. I'm blind. You blind my eyes. That's how they promote black women in these comedian movies. Being fat, nobody wants to see that. So sister, eat clean food and sporting so that you can be fit. Okay? Sport so that you can be fit. Because like I said, many of you lean on your beauty, you have lean on your body, and that's why many of you became like this harlot. You don't want a man control. You don't want a man, you don't want to be subject to a man. Okay, but also overweight is also not good for you. You can be one feet 50 and weight like 80 pounds or 70 pounds. That's not good for you. You will become sick. So work on that. Okay, don't allow this television, stop allow this television to destroy, to toxic your mind, to feed you with all this toxic thing. When you see things on television, it doesn't mean that you have to go and do like them and live like them. Become fat, starting to eat and become fat, overweight, and become loudmouth. Don't take care of your children. Hate your skin color, hate your hair, hate the black man, causing the black man out. Look, sister, not because one black man or 10 black men did something, you mean that all this other are like this. No. Me, I will be honest. In my family, I worship the black man. Not like I'm like worship them like God, but in my family, they are the true heroes in my family. I love all my uncles. I love my nephews. I love all these elders. I love them because they are my like heroes. When I go back in, when I'm my ancestor, I'm a maroon. Those Roman slaves. It was my great great grand uncles and my great great grandfather who came and fight this heathen and say, no, you're going to stop raping our women and the men, our children. So they came together and fight with the enemy, with the heathen, and it was God who was with them. So they fight and they take many slaves as they could and run into the jungle and stay there. So they are my hero. So I don't hate them. Because in my family, the majority of those men, they love the black woman. They love them a lot. So I'm not going to, because of one hate black woman, because you have been through with, because maybe one black man have reject you, mean that all this other or like that. No, you have to stop. You have to also focus on the positive things. No, don't focus too much on the negative, but focus also on the positive thing. Okay, 10 black men hate me, but I still have nephews and cousins who love the black woman. Focus on that. This nation, they're trying to separate us. So watch, look around you. They don't want the black man and the black woman come together because they know as a whole we are strong. They don't want that. And they will do anything to destroy. In other words, using you black woman against the man. You don't want to be subject to them. You think you are your own. You don't need a man. You don't need a man to control. You don't need a man to tell you what to do. Because you are self-employed. You are like a hard-working woman. All those things. Even you are all that, sister, but you still need a head. You still need a man. These other women, they all have a head above them, and that's why they are strong. Okay. So, sister, I hope this lesson it helped you. Okay. I hope it makes sense what I was trying to tell you. That even you are the most beautiful woman. Even you are the most beautiful woman. You have to stop lean on your beauty. Because when you lean on your beauty, people will see that as it's when you lean on your beauty, it looks like that's the only thing you can offer. Because you can lean on your beauty, but you have to have wisdom. Like Esther, she had wisdom. But many of you who lean on your beauty, you don't have the wisdom of God. You have the wisdom of this word. You have the wisdom of Satan, but you don't have the wisdom of God. So that's why you can't go further. That's why you only like a meat for this other nation. You become like this meat for them to devour. They only use you as their sex slave because because you was lean too much on your beauty. I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense what I was trying to say. But sister, like, love yourself. Love yourself. Embrace yourself. Love yourself. Embrace your natural beauty, and come back as the way our ancestors were. Okay, love yourself and stop give yourself unto these people. The government, they play a big role in this. They starting to tell the woman that the government can help you. You can get money of the government, but the man don't supposed to be in the home. That's how they get many of the black nations. The government can give you money and things, but the thing is, we don't want a man in the home. And that's how many that's the reason why many of your black women starting to think that I don't need the black man. I don't need the black man. I can do this all by myself. I don't need you. I have the government. I have the white man. And that's why these white men, they use you as their sex slave. You have to be wise, sister. Come back to God, and He's going to make you wise. You can still you can still take all these things that the government give you, but still have a husband in the home. In Europe, all these nation who come to live here, like this American and these Turkish people, they all are married, but guess what? They get all this government money and checks more than the black woman who live here, and they still have a head in their house. They still married, and they still subject to their man because they are wise. And like the scripture says, the children of this earth, they are wise more than the children of God. And that's how these other nation women, they are wise more than the black woman. These black women, they are not wise at all. You can still take all this check and money, but still have a man in your home and still subject to the man, like this other nation, and use that money, or whether maybe going to save that money or going to do what you have to do with it. But many of you are not wise because you don't have God. You need God so that He can make you become wise. Okay, so this video is longer than I thought, but I hope you will have watched all, sister. I hope you have watched all, and I wish you love and peace and much blessing. Shalom.